Hello everyone, friendly Xenomorph here, and I've acquired something I wanted to show you. I stole it off of one of those pesky Marines. Ready? Look at this. I think they call it an M41a pulse rifle. Anyway, some bright spark has gone and made one for the Airsoft world. So I thought we'd have a look together. Now, the guy I pinched this off, I think he was doing some sort of, I don't know, unboxing review or something. I know this because he had the box. But the box is pretty boring, so we don't want that. So we're going to have a look at this. Now, what can we say so far? Well, it's basically a Thompson. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but the lower bit of the gripple here, if you've ever had an Airsoft Thompson, you'll see it's one of those. Now, I think all they've done, the clever people at Snowwolf that have built this, they've literally taken a Thompson and put a plastic shell on it. So, yes, I think it looks convincing, but it is very plasticky. And the dummy shotgun, which has a dummy cartridge in it, well, it's just a dummy. However, it does have a cool little light on the side here for the ammo counter. So let me just activate this human technology once I've worked it out, and I will show you. So, okay, the counter is on, so that's here. Now I'll show you. It's not quite equipped for my dexterous hands, but it is under this here, and it's running on a 9-volt battery. Now if we can put that back together. What we're going to do, just so you can see this functioning, we're going to adjust some lighting in here. Ready? Hang on. Let's see. Okay. Can you see the counter? You can. Excellent. Right now, let's see if we can get it to do something. Ready? Well, aside from the gearbox sounding absolutely horrible, the counter seems to work. Let's try it on automatic. Here we go, ready? Well, that sort of worked, I suppose. There, now we've got the lights back on so you can see it. So, aside from that being quite a cool gimmick, what else does it do? Well, let's say you have to reload this in the heart of battle. First you have to take this little clip off, and then you've got an exceptionally fiddly trying to get the magazine out. Now with hands like this I wouldn't recommend it. However, as you can see, it's too much of a fiddle, but the magazine's in there. It's basically a shortened Thompson magazine, high cap winding, although you can't get to the winding when the cap's on, so I don't know whose bright idea that was. So one other important bit of information that you might want to know is where does the battery go? It's a very good question. Now, despite the creators of this having all this plastic shell, given the barrel only runs along the top, those of us that have the Thompson know it's only this little bit here. There's all this area here. However, if we have a look in here, the very generous people at Snowwolf and the credit have only got a very tiny space for a battery despite all this. To the point, you can only fit in a stick battery. And I'm not entirely sure that that was the best use of space given all of that down the bottom there. But what do I know? I'm just an alien. It doesn't really make any sense to me. But that's perhaps the best way for it. I don't really know. We have an extendable stock at the back with a little button in here. I've got no hope of pushing it with these hands, but that doesn't extend. Oh, it does extend. Look, it worked. It worked. That's better than planned, wasn't it? So, yes. And that it does semi, it does full, it fires 6mm plastic pellets. I suppose we should put it through a chrono, just to see what it does in terms of performance. Oh, and not to mention, the hop-up is the same as the Thompson. So, yes, let's see what it does on a chrono.
So here we go then, let's do a chrono test. Now, we've got the 0.2 gram BBs because I feel that's a very standard weight for us to be testing it on as it's fresh out the box. So here we go, let's see if we can pull this off. If I can even pick this up, this human technology, I don't know what it's doing. Ready? Well, that seems like quite a good score, I think, for an out-of-the-box. What are we, about 0.84 of a joule? I think that's pretty standard, if you ask me.
So there you have, it's on the chrono. I think it's a pretty fair result, given this is just a standard out-of-the-box toy. So I don't think we've got too many complaints there. I do think, though, that the eager-eyed of you out there that saw the 1 or 2 drops in FPS, I things like these clumsy fingers shooting the inside of the chrono, so nothing too serious to worry about, I don't think. But can we give a summary on it? I suppose we probably should. Well, it's quite plasticky, as we mentioned earlier. It's a little bit fiddly. Would I want to skirmish with it? No, I probably wouldn't. It's a bit too fiddly for that. So no wonder these Marines keep losing. And, well, the gearbox. We all heard it. And, yes, quite disappointing. The only things I've heard scream a bit louder are those pesky Marines. But, yes, there's that. And I suppose for the other eager ones of you out there that, during the chrono, those you might have seen, that's what the humans call a coaster. This one's got Adz's armories on it. Well, I suggest you go and subscribe to his channel. Who knows what other gems might be on there. So yes, that is the Snow Wolf Airsoft version of the M41a pulse rifle. Probably not much more use than a wall hanger, if we're honest, but it does look quite cool, and there was a bit of thought on that little counter. We like little gimmicks like that. So there you have it. That, I think, brings us to the very end of the video. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you've enjoyed everything you've seen in today's video. Maybe you're thinking of getting something like this for yourself. I just don't know, but hopefully